Some very lucky people will be paid 10,000 per day by their employer for simply traveling to the village to go and greet and celebrate this Christmas season with their parents. You travel from Nairobi to your village, and then your employer agrees to pay you a whopping 10,000 per day for just making that visit. Strange? In fact, I happen to be one of such lucky people that recently I was paid some good amount of money for traveling to the village to say hi to my parents. What had actually happened? I work for the university and I was given a choice to travel anywhere that I can think about within Kenya, whether it is Kisumu, Nakuru, Mombasa, Eldoret, name it, to go and supervise at least 3 students who are on internship. So I wondered, do I go to Mombasa? Is it Nakuru? But then I said, why should I go to those places when I can go to Murang'a, where I come from, supervise the students, and then after everything is done and dusted, I walk home, say hi to my parents, and still get some income. That is wisdom, hitting 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's exactly what I did. So I know there are people who will be traveling for Christmas, and they will be so smart that they will be able to link some job-related work activities with their travel to the village. You could be a nurse and you agree with the hospital that this Christmas season you will go and visit some of your past patients to find out how they are progressing. And since you will be on an official duty, you will be required to be reimbursed the cost of going to do that. Maybe it is a priest and you want to go to the village, and there in the village you can still spread the word of God and maybe convert some souls. It is a job-related activity you will be going to perform in the village, and therefore you are legally entitled to something called per diem or reimbursement. So for today's video, I want us to discuss what is a per diem, what is reimbursement, and what are the differences between these 2 concepts. Number 1, per diem. Per diem is the amount of money, usually a standard flat rate, that is given to you as an employee of a company every other time your employer sends you out of your normal workstation. You could be working in Nairobi and you are required to go to Mombasa to attend a certain training workshop or a conference. And therefore, for the company causing you that inconvenience of making you to be away from your normal home, if you're a family person, from your children or your spouse, for making you to cook for yourself or to eat in a hotel and you're not used to eat in a hotel. So basically per diem compensates you or allows you to pay for meals, for accommodation, and for travel expenses. And of course, inconveniencing you and any other incidental cost that may arise when you are out and away from your normal workstation. That is per diem. However, per diem is capped at 10,000 Kenya shillings. And this is a good development, a major milestone, because it used to be 2,000 shillings per day for the longest, for the last more than 20 years. But through the Finance Act of this year, Finance Act 2025, the amount of per diem, or that the maximum amount under per diem, was raised from 2,000 to 10,000. Meaning, anytime you travel out of town for a job-related activity, your employer can give you an allowance of 10,000 per day, and this amount will not be considered as a taxable benefit to you as an employee. However, If the employer is so kind and decides to give you more than 10,000 per day, for instance, 15,000 shillings per day, that is 5,000 over and above what is allowed by KRA, the extra 5,000 will be considered as a taxable benefit to you as an employee. So let me give you an example. Assuming I earn 100,000 per month, and I am sent to Mombasa to execute some company-related activities. Now, I'm paid 15,000 as per Diem, and the cap is at 10,000 according to the government and KRA. So that 5,000 per day, and I go there for 5 days, that is 5,000 times 5, it is 25,000. That 25,000 will be added over and above what I pay or I earn per month. So it is 100,000 plus 25,000, 125,000. That's what will be taxed as my pay for that particular month. The good thing with the per diem, once you are given 10,000, if the company agrees to give you a maximum what is allowed by law of 10,000, when they send you out of your normal workstation, once you are paid 10,000, you don't have to show or prove to anyone that you actually spent that money. You don't have to. As long as it is justified, you went for an official duty. It is very funny that there are, let me say, some girls who are dating. You send them, they tell you, you want them to come to where you are as the big man, the boyfriend. And the girl says that I will need to take an Uber. So send me 2,000. I'm coming maybe from Tawala to Roysambu or maybe Buruburu. So send me 2,000. And you send your girlfriend 2,000. And you think that she will take an Uber to your place. But it happens that as you are and you send the money, as you are preparing for her to come to your place, you go to the shopping center maybe to do some shopping, only to see your girlfriend riding on a boda. Of course, very dusty, sweaty, the sun and all that. You pretend you have not seen her. She pays the boda, and then she tries to do the makeup again and comes to you saying, thank you, baby, I've just arrived. And she's now trying to show you that she has come using an Uber. Okay. If you want peace, pretend you do not see that, because sometimes it's good to lose a battle, but you win the peace of mind. But if you want to win, you might end up spoiling everything, causing chaos, and even making that date not to happen. So anyway, I was talking about when you're given a per diem of 10,000 and your employer is thinking that you will spend the night in Mombasa in a guest house that you are required to pay about 5,000 per night. If you decide to pay even 1,000, or you look for a guest house that is 500 shillings per night, that doesn't matter. The good thing is with per diem, no one will ask you for a receipt. Even if you decide to walk to Mombasa and you had been given per diem per day of 10,000, it is okay. You just make sure that you arrive to where you are supposed to attend the meeting on time and when you are still looking presentable. So that is per diem. Let's discuss about reimbursement. Reimbursement is now when your employer refunds you the amount that you spent on work-related expenses when you are out of the company, when you are away from the normal workstation. So reimbursement is the amount of money that the company or the employer refunds you for incurring some cost when you are on duty. You work in Nairobi, but you are sent to Mombasa to go and represent the company in a certain function, conference, workshop, or training. So you spend on transport, accommodation, the meals, everything else that you incur when, for purposes of preparing for that event, the company is supposed to reimburse you. The good thing for reimbursement, it has no limits. Even if you spend 10,000 or 10 million, all that amount of money will not be taxed on you as a taxable benefit, because you are just being refunded for the amount that you incurred. So it has no limit like the case for per diem. Per diem, it is a maximum of 10,000 per day. But the good thing with per diem, you don't have to show any proof. There are no receipts. You're not required to present the receipts to your accountant to them that actually you spend the per diem on the intended purpose. But for reimbursement, you have every other time you incur cost on behalf of the company when you are away from the workstation, you have to keep those receipts. And for now, by the way, those receipts must be e-Teams compliant. So you go to those joints and ensure that you showcase receipts. And this e-Teams compliant, you are not just giving you don't give your KRA PIN. You will give the KRA PIN for the company, because these expenses, the company will claim them from KRA. When they are preparing their taxable profit, we told the revenue of the company, then we less all the expenses. This expense that you have incurred on behalf of the company and you want to be reimbursed, it has to be e-Teams compliant, and therefore means it must have on it the PIN, KRA PIN for the company. But the point is, for you to be reimbursed, be refunded under reimbursement concept and strategy, then you must indicate and prove that actually you spent that amount of money. The good thing, it has no limit. So that's the difference between per diem and reimbursement. Reimbursement is not taxable at all, as long as you have the receipts and the travel was approved by the HR and the directors of the company. But for per diem, it has a limit of 10,000 per day. But that is still some good amount of money. So if you want to reduce your expenses for the company and pay less taxes, then look for those valid opportunities for you to travel out of the company, out of your normal workstation, and claim as per diem. 10,000 per day is 300,000. Per year is 300,000 times 12, that is 3.6 million. If it is a big company and you decide all of you have a team of 10 people to Europe, you can claim even 3 million. But for reimbursement, it is even better. If you decide to even spend 100 million, as long as it is a job-related travel, you have gone to Europe, to pitch for more customers in Europe or in the US, and you spend there 10 million, no one will tax you for that. But of course, can your company handle such a huge cash outflow? Because don't try to save taxes when you are putting your company into financial troubles. So now that you know the difference between per diem and reimbursement, as an employer, as a director, if it is reimbursement, it is not paid on a flat note. And if it is reimbursement, ensure that your employees, they give you receipts before you refund them. Otherwise, it will be a challenge for you to prove to KRA that that was not an allowance to the employee, it was a reimbursement. For reimbursement, it has to be supported with receipts. So as you celebrate the season, know the reason for the season, know the difference between per diem and reimbursement for those who will want to claim some refunds by their employer. Perhaps you are the nurse that I spoke about, going to the village, and in the process, you'll visit a few of your past patients and see how they are progressing. Maybe you are a church person, and when you travel to the village, you will go and perform some church-related functions to go and spread the word, convert many souls. And when you go there, you promise the church or the organization that we work with, you will also be marketing their services. And therefore, you are going there as a salesperson. But process, you are mixing a job-related activity with your need to travel back home to celebrate Christmas. Celebrate Christmas, know the season, do it safely, and keep all the receipts that you incur, because the festive season will soon end and we'll come back to Nairobi in January. Don't allow this good season when you are celebrating to later on become a reason for you to be sad, to cry, feel pain. So keep records, stay safe, and celebrate the season, knowing very well the reason is for us to glorify God.